Hello everyone, this is R. Suresh Kumar, working as Assistant Professor, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal, Hyderabad. So today we have to discuss about headworks and the cross drainage works. So these small topics we have to be discussed. So what is meant by diversion headworks, where you have to be constructed, and the cross drainage works, where you have to be constructed, what is the use of the cross drainage works will be, purpose of the construction of the cross drainage works can be discussed today. Let us have a diversion headworks. What is diversion headworks? Diversion headworks is the headworks, the construction to divert the water from one side to other side, as you know. The service to divert the required supply of the water as per the canal from the river. As per the, you have to be, first suppose this is a river which is going. So we want to require and want to cultivate our irrigation purposes. What happens? Some of the areas have to be constructed the canals like that. So this is one canal and the canal. So it means that the water which is comes from directly from the river, it can be diverted to the through the canals, main canal, sub canal, and small canals. It is the another bifurcation is there, but the diversion from the river to canals can be diverted the water. So by in this concept, by diverting the water, what you have to do? We have to be construct some of the hydrological structures. What are they? There is a weir and the barrage. What is meant by weir? Weir is nothing but a small height of the wall, a very solid construction of the wall which is constructed across the river to divert the water level. Next, divert the water of the canal. If the weir is also stores for the small period of the time, and then it is called storage weir. So it is called storage weir. So next to the barrage. What is meant by barrage? Everybody knows that a barrage, the function of barrage is similar to the weir, but the heading up on the water is affected by the gates alone. So the operation and will be the by the gates alone. No solid obstruction is put across the river. So that is the barrage and the weir. What I told, weir is the wall which is constructed or structure which is constructed across the river to divert for diversion of the water, and as well as there is no control. The water which is flow above the water can be flowed. Without control, it can be flows. Next, what about barrage? A barrage is also the same, but it can be controlled by operation of the gates. The best example, Prakasham barrage in the near Vijayawada. So this is the best example for the. Of course, there is a lot of places is there, but we know that there is the barrage is here. Next, diversion headworks. So let us see the diagram in that one. Have to see the diversion headwork. Let us see that the river, what happens, the water can be, which is from the river, the water can be diverted from the one side to another side. So it can be stored of the water and can be diverted to the another places. So that is the can be stored and obstruct the water and can be stored and divert the water from the as per our requirements. Let us see, here is the diversion network. There is a component parts is there, very important in the irrigation. Let us see, the river is there from the flowing from one side to another side. What happens? Here we have to be construct the weir and divert the waterways into the piers by using the piers. Piers means a walls which vertical columns can be constructed. So that is a divert into the base, and this is also the flash leader. Fish ladders. Fish ladders will be constructed in the center, and under the sluice of the portion of the weir, crest level you have to be provided here, and another divide wall. This is called as divide wall from one place to another place, and also this is the guide bank. The guide bank means that the you can be obstruct the water flow from directly from touch. It can be flow some other way. to reduce the flow velocity. Next, another is there also the marginal bund joined to the high continuous is there. Another is also there, but the canal head regulators has to be with the gated operated called head sluice. It's called head sluice. So alternating the canals, which will be also having the constructed here. That is the another part. So based on this one, another is there the length of divided wall, the way that each of the way can be provided and both the gateways can be provided. So this is the best example for the diversion of the headworks. Okay. So here the marginal bund can join the high contours. It can be contours when level can be constructed here at the high level of the contours. Right. So this all thing will be constructed to divert the water of the canals. Let us see that one. Let us see, this is also the best example for the diversion headworks. Let us see the diversion headworks. What here is the diversion headworks will be constructed and also have to be the river. So there is, of course, the river is flowing here the one side and the side. So it can be so it can divert the water here, and one another structure will be constructed and also to store and divert the water from the one side to other side as per the requirements. That is a another. So this is the also the diversion network. See the example. First store the water and divert here. What happened? Actually the flow is from one side to another side is also there. So the river is flowing, but we will to abstraction of the one construction of the hydrological structure. What happens? It can be diverting the water to the other sides. So that is the best example for the diversion of the headworks to be practically what we have to be known. Next one is diversion networks. There is also another example is there. So what happens? Actually the water flowing from the one side to another side. This is also one of the example, and the water can be stored as per requirement and can be diverting the as per requirement for the cultivated land. Cultivated land will be the diversion of the as per the requirement all here to irrigation purposes, to agricultural purposes or drinking purpose, whatever it is, it can be as per the requirements. That is the one of the diagram which is also given in the diversion networks. Next, diversion networks, another example is there, the river which is also there. So there is a also constructed here. So divert the water from the here. Let us see the water which is flowing from the one side to the other side. It can be stored and they divert the water from the requirement of the agriculture, whatever it is. So the best, this is the best example, a storing of the water from the satellite image which is also known, and it can be the diversion of the water. So this can be used for not only the diversion, it can also the storage of the water can be also best example. Next, weir. As I told, the weir which is constructed here. So weir is also the constructed here, comes up to the certain height of the water. From the structure will be constructed. What happens? It can be water can flows from the above the crest, above the crest. That's why the crest which also construct different type of the crest is there. So the water sharp edged weir. There is also another method is also there, sharp crested weir, broad crested weir, like that. So there is based on this have to be discussed here. There is a broad crested weir and sharp crested weir, nothing but here the water can be diverted and flow from this one, and it can be height will be the less, and so that is also the hydrological construction for the best diversion. So there is a barrage. As I told, the barrage is there. So what the use of the barrage is nothing but to divert the water. So let us see the divert the water also and also the store of the water here. It can be operated by the gates, by the long gates. It can be operated whenever the water requirement. It can be opened, and unless otherwise it can be store of the upstream side. So it is also one of the stone bridging which is provided here with water, which is also having the diversion, and it can be without any damage of the banks. Next, what is cross drainage work? What is meant by cross drainage work? So nothing but the cross drain, when the network is the network of the main canal or branch canals or distributary canals, etc., can be provided of these canals may be have the cross natural drainages like the rivers and streams and nalas different of the points. That is the cross drainage works. So the cross drainage canal such a obstacle cannot be avoided. So that is the one of the point. So suitable for the structural is constructed and the crossing of the point of the easy to flow of the water of the canal and drainage in the respective of the directions. These structures are known as cross drainage works. So that is a the structures which are constructed any of the rivers or streams, and naturally we can divert the water to construction for the diverting the water known as the cross drainage works. Next, it can be also used for the irrigation canals while they carrying the water. They have the cross section for few natural drainage streams and rivers. Examples, and the cross drainage of the safety of the canals can be suited for the structural requirement of the construction of the work, and cross drainage is called cross drainage works. The structural which is constructed across the cross we call it cross drainage works. So all meeting point of the canals and drainages and bed levels may not be the same. So depending upon their bed levels, different structures constructed according to their known and different names. So what is meant by necessary of the cross drainage works? CDW means cross drainage. What is necessary have to be constructed? So it have to be constructed the watershed, the canals, the watershed or water storage of the canals does not cross natural drainages, but in actually what happens, the canal networks can be conditions may not be available, and the obstacles like natural drainages may be also present across the canal. So cross drainage works must be provided to running in the irrigation systems. In a cross drainage point, what happens? The water of the canal and the drainage get intermixed, and so far as smooth running of the canal, the design, the discharge, and the cross drainage works are to be required for the necessary to construction of the store of the water. Yes, the site conditions is very important. About the site conditions, which is the point may be such without any suitable structure, the water of the canal and drainage cannot be diverted their natural directions, and so cross drainage works must be provided to maintain the natural directions of the flow, natural directions of the flow. So that is the main important of the cross drainage works. Next types. So what are the types of the cross drainage works? Let us see the cross drainage works. Type 1, irrigation canal passes over the drainage and aqueduct and the siphon aqueduct. So that is the type 1. What is type 2? Type 2 nothing but drainage passes over the irrigation canal. What is the first one? Irrigation canal can be passes over the drainage. So that is the point of aqueduct and siphon aqueduct. So if it is the reverse, what happens? If the drainage can be passes over the irrigation of the canal, we call as super passages as well as siphon super passages. Another method is also type 3, we call it as drainage and canal are intersection to each other. It means it may comes into the same level. What happens? Let us see the level crossing, we call it as an inlet and outlet can be constructed. These are the some methods used for the cross drainage works. So aqueduct. Let us see the aqueduct. What we discussed in the aqueduct. Aqueduct is nothing but the hydraulic structure here, which is the irrigation canal, is taken over the drainage. Irrigation canal over. But suppose here the bottom, the drainage is passing here. Drainage is passing here. The canal will be flow over that one. Why? Because the drainage level will be the less when compared to the canal level. So that's why the bed level. So we have to be canal can be over passes over that one, and the drainage will pass in the another way of the cross. So that it is called as a drainage aqueduct. The strength is suitable for when bed level of the canal above the highest flood level of the drainage. In this case, the drainage water passes clearly below the canal without any disturbing of the canal. That is the very important. Another one See, the hydraulic structure which the irrigation canal taken over the drainage. Such river streams known as aqueduct. The structure suitable for bed level of the canal. Yes, let us see the cross the river aqueduct. What happens? See that one. So here see that one. Inspection of the for suppose the road side one side. You are seen here clearly have to be. Oh sorry. Here there is a road is provided here. See in the diagram here is also the road. Full supply level of the canal. This is the canal will be passing as usual. But here the bank of the stream. Here the bank of the stream is there. And piers will be constructed here in this one. And the stream. And the drainage will be passed to the bottom. Drainage will be passed in the bottom as usual. Okay. That is the construction of the aqueduct. In the aqueduct can be most probably the aqueduct can be provided. The bed of the canal is above on the situation. We have to be constructed of the irrigation like that. We can't do anything. Why? Because the levels will be different. But we have to be past the canal as well as drainage is also the pass. So and this situation we have to be constructed like the RCC structures, irrigation structures. Let us see. Siphon aqueduct. What is meant by siphon aqueduct? Siphon aqueduct is aqueduct. So hydraulic structures where the canal is taken over the drainage. Say canal, take it as over the drainage, but the drainage water can't to be passed clearly below the canal. Pass to the clearly, it cannot be passed clearly below the canal. It flows siphonic action, so that the known as the siphonic aqueduct. So this can be means that clearly what happens. The structure suitable when it flows under siphonic action. Also the siphonic aqueduct. The structure will be suited where the bed level of the canal of the below highest level of the flood level. Let us see the siphon aqueduct. So siphon aqueduct is there. So here see the previous one is this one is siphon aqueduct is the pillar, the piers which is in the some level it is passes. It is not like that. What happens? There can be streams which is comes from here and to some level of the water automatically it will flows from one side to the streams. That is the siphonic aqueduct. Siphonic action. The water comes here and again the water level comes on the certain level. Only have to be flow this one side to another. Let us see the components. That is the cutoff wall will be provided here to protect the bank, and also full supply level. The canal is there, of course. The inspection of the road as usual. High flood level is there. Okay, high flood level is there. The water, of course, have to see in the cross section it will be shown like that. But here the up to certain level it will be passed, and then only the canal will be constructed. the siphonic action of the water can be flows from one side to another side. Next, super passage. What is meant by super passage? The super passage is nothing but the hydraulic structure which is constructed. The drainage is above the taken over the irrigation canal, known as the super passage. So this is the complete reverse of the aqueduct, right? So the why you have to be constructed the drainage above? Why? Because the drainage will be constructed above. Generally, have to constructed, but reverse will be the water is canal can be constructed in the use in the level will be the very low. On that situation, the canal, the drainage will be passed over the and cross that canal. We should have to construct it above the canal. These type of structure we called as the super passage. These are the very important points which have to be constructed in the irrigation of the hydraulic structures. The water of the canal pass below the drainage. Next, siphon super passage. Siphon super passage. Siphon aqueduct already seen. Here see that siphon super passage. In the siphon super passage, what happens? The hydraulic structures in which drainage is taken over the hydraulic canal. So, but the canal water passes below the drainage under the siphonic action as usual. We in the previous what we discussed. That is called siphonic super passage. This structure is suitable when the bed level of the drainage is below the water supply level of the canal. Below the water supply of the canal. We call as the siphon super passages. The availability of the suitable foundations. What is the for cross drainage? The availability of the foundation is that for construction of the cross drainage works, the suitability of the water is nothing but the foundation is required by boring test and suitable the foundation is not available. The type of the cross drainage works not to be selection for the site condition. That is the very important point for the cross drainage works. Economic consideration. Let us see the economic consideration. In the economic consideration, what if the construction of the cross drainage works should be justified with respect to the project cost and overall benefits of the project. What happened? The type of the works should be selected considering economical point of view. Here it have to be constructed economical point of view, not to be more expensive. It cannot be bad, but it is important. So as per the quality is also of course maintained as usual, but have to be see the selection of the economical point of view. The cross drainage work should be constructed. Next, drainage, discharge of the drainage. Practically, that discharge of the drainage is the very uncertain of the rain season, but the structure should be carefully selected and that are not to be destroyed and can be unexpected heavy of the discharge of the river can be or drainage will be the so while designing of that one, some of the points to be carefully noted. Next, canal regulation works. Canal regulation works. What is canal regulation works? Is any of the structure is constructed that discharge full supply level or velocity of the canal of the regulation works. Such structures are necessary for the efficient working safety of the irrigation of the canal. Next, what is meant by fall? Fall is the irrigation structure. A fall irrigation structure is constructed across the canal to lower down the water level, and destroy the surplus energy of the liberated from the filling of the water, otherwise stored of the bank of the canal. So that's why you have to be constructed another below the water level. The irrigation structure will be constructed and it can flows from that without any damages of the banks is the very important of the while construction of the canals. Next, head regulator or cross regulator. What is meant by head regulator? Head regulator is nothing but the regulator can be supply the off taking of the canal patent and the respective. What are outlets? An outlet is nothing but a small structure to admit the water from the distribution of the canal as well as canal of the water of the course. So let us the cross regulatory, let us see that one. Here is best example here. And siphonic aqueduct, let us see the very important siphon, which is also siphonic action. Siphon is nothing but the water which is entered, then only the it can be flow one side and unless otherwise it can be due to the air effect, no passes will come. It can pierce from that one. So water will becomes here and one streams one side to another side. The super passage is also there. Best example are the super passages. As what happens, the pier which is constructed, bank of the canal, which is the below, a bank of the canal which is the below, the drainage which is also provided here in the flowing in the top. So this is a drainage is passing, and here is also the canal is passing the bottom. So based on this, we have to be constructed as per the requirement. Not only the requirement you have to be see the construction of as site conditions and requirement the fulfill of the current situation. So that is the, and also as I told, the economically, whether it is the correct or not, the enhancing of the works. So economical can be seen while designing of the these type of the structures. So this is also the super passage of the high flood level of the canal. Next cross level, as I told, the level crossing. So level crossing, let us see that the river, here the river is passing from one side and the other side. What happened? The canal is there passing. So crest of the wall, canal regulators will be of the, for suppose you have to regulate the canal. What happens? The level crossing on that junction, the canal, what happens? The what it can be operated. In another time we have to the flows from one side to the other side freely. But in the junction, what we requirement of the canal, we have to regulate. Regulate means to control the water of the one side, and it can be as per requirement of water can be flows from the required, and it can by operating of the regulating means the canal as per requirement. It is also another river of the river. Here is the river regulator. It can be closed to the river regulator. What happens? The water always comes from the another canal. Automatically it will becomes as per our requirement. After completion, what happens? The canal regulator will be the closed, and it can be open to the river, and the water as usual flows from the one place to another place. So this is also inlet and outlet. So let us see the inlet and outlet. So streams of the inlet of the canal, as here is the inlet, and the outlet is there from another for the leading of the channel sections from one side to another. Let us inlet of the water here, and with the canals, and also inlet of the one the another side also comes here, and outlet is canal which is also passing the outlet by using the another sides which is open for the canals, which also comes into the streams of the river from the rivers of the streams of the leading of the channel. This is also the best example for the inlet and outlets. And so this is also the type 3 which I already discussed about the type 1, type 2, type 3. Let us see in the back side what we have to be discussed in that one. So first one is the nothing but here types irrigation aqueduct and siphon aqueduct already discussed, and another one is type 2 as the super passage siphonic super passage, and a third one is as level crossing as we shall seen in that level crossing and the same junction. What sometimes it may be drainage is also passing that. What happens? It can be canal will be regulated, can be stop and open the drainage after the flowing that one it can be closed, and is also opening and regulate the two type of this, whether it is canal as well as the river. Next also I have to discuss the inlet and outlet. So hope you enjoyed the class. Have to see another next time another important topic. We will meet another important topic. Thank you so much.
Like, share and subscribe. hit the bell icon for more updates.